My 36 female fiance is breaking off our engagement and ending our relationship because I, 37 male, still communicate with my ex-wife.
Do y'all have kids with your ex-wife? Because that would be a valid reason to still have a conversation.
Yeah, and being 37, I'd hazard to guess that they still have kids. Or they have kids, sorry.
They had kids with their ex.
Yeah, they had kids together is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Then I didn't say that
again,
at all.
I haven't read this, so I would also assume that there's kids involved.
Nice. I like when Sean also doesn't know what's coming up.
Yeah.
So it's all a surprise for us.
Yeah. So it's a surprise for
great.
all three of us. All right. My fiance, Sarah, whom I love with my entire heart and soul, told me tonight that she's done. She looked through my phone and saw texts between my ex-wife and I. They included names. I feel like that's not, they didn't say let's call. So I'm assuming I just totally doxed their ex.
I always assume they're fake names.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I hope they're fake names, but sometimes when it's fake names, they'll be like, let's call him M.
True.
This is just a full-on first name, so I don't know.
That's fine.
The reason I communicate with my ex is because we have children.
Whoa, what a surprise.
Dab on him, Josh.
I can't wait. There you go. How old is the fiance?
36.
Okay, so old enough to realize
Should
this
have
is
a
a proper
better emotional
common
intelligence.
this is a stupid argument.
They live with me full-time, and I'm the sole provider for them. My ex and I divorced back during the COVID days and have since then moved on. Sarah and I got together last summer. Yes, I know that this is fast. I wouldn't say that's like incredibly fast when you know, and when you have money and the means.
I feel when you're older, you cut
through a lot of the
you cut through a lot of the bullshit.
fluff.
Yeah.
The texts between my ex and I are nothing more than the typical things relating to kids. Except on Christmas when my ex and Sarah got in a fight over my ex not wanting to have anything to do with Sarah. We nearly split. She packed her stuff and had it all in her car after she met my ex for the first time when she came by to pick up my kids on Thanksgiving last year.
What the fuck?
I
feel she is not the right one for you. I think you're okay.
She's insecure as hell.
Yeah.
Well, they sound like they both don't like each other.
Right.
But she did pack up her things immediately.
Yeah, as soon as she met her when she was picking her kids up.
From Thanksgiving, yeah.
That's crazy.
My ex only wants to get to know Sarah better because she lives with me and my kids, but she's not having any of it. So Sarah took off, and I thought we were done then. I did know that Sarah wouldn't want anything to do with my ex, but I think it's unreasonable and not really possible with her acting this way. Well, during that uncertain time around Sarah leaving me, I told my ex that my fiance had some trauma from her past and to not give up on trying to be cordial with her. Fast forward to today, Sarah grabbed my phone while I was away briefly and went through it. She's done this before, and I have nothing to hide, so I usually don't mind. Well, she decided that because of me telling my ex that info, plus the fact that she asked my thoughts on a birthday gift for one of our kids, that she's done with me because of those reasons.
Holy shit.
Mind you, the text with me telling her about Sarah's traumatic past and the conversation about the gift were days apart, maybe more. We do not talk daily or anything like that. I'm not sure whether I should keep fighting for someone who is this insecure and is making this a major issue when it doesn't have to be. How can I remedy this situation? Names have been changed for privacy reasons.
There you go. You got your
Thank goodness.
confirmation.
All right, I'm just
I
going to be
wouldn't
going
be
by
concerned with first names anyways, unless there's last names involved.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
okay.
true, that's true.
kind of scary.
But then sometimes there's just so many details in the story. I'm like scared to say,
That's fair.
feel bad.
We've been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think Sarah needs to grow up. This is something that's going to be until your kids, well, even then after they move out, I imagine you'll still be communicating at some points to coordinate, some sort of family get together, or, when are they coming to your place for Christmas or whatever it happens to be. Like, you're going to constantly be coordinating with her about your kids because the kids are the priority in that situation.
That's what good co-parenting looks like.
Exactly.
Again, we're not parents, but I imagine it takes a lot of communication.
This seems like a healthy divorce co-parenting situation and nothing more. And so I think Sarah is overreacting, and it by sounds like it, past trauma. But that's something she's got to work on, and she can't be putting you or your ex-wife through that or your kids through that. And that's something she's got to, go figure out on her own or find someone who doesn't have kids because or an ex with kids. Like that's something she's got to deal with, I think. I don't know, because I just, to me, that seems like a childish behavior.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with Josh. Like whatever trauma that Sarah went through, I'm sympathetic for that situation because we all know like how that shit can affect somebody. But at the end of the day, it's going to be Sarah's responsibility to take care of that on her own. And it's unfair for the kids and it's unfair for OP to completely cut off like, the mom in the scenarios because now you're also hindering the kids' relationship with the mom. Maybe we don't know what the dynamic of the relationship is, but from kind of what it sounds like, they have a cordial, relationship because OP was able to text the ex to be like, hey, what's a good idea for a gift? I mean, like what Josh said, this sounds like a healthy co-parenting scenario. And if Sarah can't accept that, and it seems like OP also, from what they mentioned, they have nothing to hide. They're very open about what their relationship is. I can kind of see where like Sarah got ticked off. It's like, oh, why are you telling people like my business and kind of what I went through?
But isn't that because she stormed out and
yes, that part. I mean, I can understand why like Sarah got pissy on that part, but the other parts, like, oh, why you text? Why are you getting? Why are you asking her for her opinion about your kid shit? I was like, well, no shit, that's their parent too.
Yeah.
So Sarah does have a lot of growing up to do. It seems like she's better off single, or kind of like what Josh said, find somebody that doesn't have that type of dynamic where she'll feel some type of way about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or therapy.
Mm-hmm. Both.
Our go-to. Or all of it. All of the above.
All of the above.
All right, there are some edits here.
Okay.
So edit 1. Also, what I told my wife was that Sarah was cheated on by her ex-husband with someone that was close to her. I did this only so she could excuse her own behavior and try to look past it. And I did apologize for doing so. Also, I wanted to mention that Sarah is amazing with my kids. No issues there at all. I do see where a lot of you are coming from regarding the potential of future issues, though.
Yes,
Edit
that's
2.
what I see.
I have joint custody of my kids with my ex-wife. Reason being is that I didn't want to keep my kids from seeing their mom whenever they wanted to. My ex-wife walked out on us during the pandemic and left me to raise our kids alone. And I have successfully done so and continue to do so. I don't need a woman in my life to help me raise them. I wanted to have someone who I could love and be loved by, and that's what I got from Sarah. Y'all are jumping the gun by calling her crazy and a lunatic. Our relationship has been stable and very happy, except for her really not wanting to have any sort of dealings with my ex.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is fine. Like, you don't have to have, like, she doesn't have to be involved with that stuff other than seeing her the occasional time she's picking the kids up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
like,
she can't get involved with, like, not letting.
Yeah, you can't take the phone away, read it, and then get mad about that because they're communicating about the kids that with the ex that you don't want anything to do with. Like, you can't have it all.
Yeah. She's great with my kids, and they have a good relationship with her as well. Yes, we move fast, but when you know, you know. Also, I'm not one to sleep around or be promiscuous, so those saying I moved her in for that, you couldn't be more wrong. Wild, anybody would say.
Also,
Rather be jumping the gun.
Also, your ex left you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you were.
Yeah, you were whoring around, fucking sleeping with anybody else. It's like, nah, bro. Like, you have all the valid reasons to seek love when you just got abandoned.
Exactly.
Yeah. Last edit. This will most likely be my final edit until I post an update. I just want to address the fact that my kids are in school now and are not currently homeschooled. I did that in 2020 for 1 year during the pandemic because it was the best option at the time. Also, I want to mention that although I've moved fast in this relationship, it isn't because of needing to be in one. I've been single for years and I happen to have found the one who makes me feel complete in more ways than one. But in the meantime, I'm just going to let things play out and see what happens. If my fiance can't get her act together, then it'll be over between us. I've been through too much in my past marriage to fall back into something similar. It just sucks, you know? Oh well. Thanks to everyone who responded with grace and didn't come here just looking to hang somebody. Peace.
I wonder if Sarah is acting that way because she's on like protective mode. Because it's like, oh, I don't fuck with her and I don't want you doing anything with her because she abandoned you and your children.
I mean, maybe, but
Yeah.
Still not an excuse to be.
It's still not
acting
your
that way,
place to like be like, you can't communicate for your kids' sake. You know what I mean? Like that's still not her place to do that. Yeah, and there's other ways to show that. I don't know. That's a potential, but I mean, only OP would know those details. So I don't know. To me, it seems more petty than that, but you could be right.
Yeah, because I don't know. Sarah kind of sounds vindictive.
I wonder if the person that Sarah got cheated on with was her husband's ex, and she's just on high alert, maybe. I don't
Maybe.
know. But even then, like at a certain point, you can't blow up regular conversations about kids
Yes.
into huge arguments.
Yep.
Like you just can't. You know what I mean? They're gonna be talking, probably forever. So
Yeah.
it's just co-parenting. You know what I mean? You're in your mid-30s. That's kind of gonna be a thing. A lot of people
A
have kids.
reality for a lot of cases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get therapy.